Hey there, friend. Grab a comfy seat and maybe a cup of coffee, because I've got to tell you about a book that really resonated with me, and I think it could do the same for you. It's called The Road Back to You: An Enneagram Journey to Self-Discovery by Morgan Cron and Suzanne Stable. This isn't just another self-help book, it's more like sitting down with two incredibly insightful, warm, and funny people who guide you on a journey to understand yourself in a way you might not have thought possible. It's truly a primer on the Enneagram, and it unpacks this ancient personality system with such grace and wit that it feels less like reading a textbook and more like having a profound conversation. So what exactly is the Enneagram? Well, it's an ancient personality typing system that helps you understand who you are and what makes you tick. The book explains that we all, as kids, instinctively put on a mask called personality to protect ourselves and navigate the world. Think of it like a protective layer made up of our innate qualities, coping strategies, and defense mechanisms. The thing is, these masks, which helped us survive as children, can sometimes end up limiting or even imprisoning us as adults, making us lose touch with our authentic, true selves. The goal of the Enneagram isn't to get rid of your personality entirely, you still need it to, get asked to prom, but rather to help you develop self-knowledge, recognize the parts of your personality that hold you back, and ultimately reconnect with your truest and best self. It's about growing beyond those self-defeating patterns and building better relationships. Now you might be thinking, only 9 personality types on a planet of over 7 billion people? That sounds a bit simplistic, and the author Ian felt the same way initially. But the book clarifies that while there are 9 basic types, there are infinite variations and expressions within each type. It's like colors, there are primary colors, but endless shades within them. Each type has a unique way of seeing the world, and crucially, an underlying motivation that drives how they think, feel, and behave. This is key. The Enneagram is less about what you do and more about why you do it. For example, several types might strive for a promotion at work, but their reasons for doing so could be vastly different. A 1, the perfectionist, might want to fix imperfections, a 3, the performer, for success and recognition, and an 8, the challenger, to see who dares stop them. It's all about the motivation. The book organizes these 9 types into 3 tribes based on their dominant emotional center: the gut or anger tribe, 8s, 9s, 1s, the heart or feeling tribe, 2s, 3s, 4s, and the head or fear tribe, 5s, 6s, 7s. This helps you understand how different types process and respond to life. Beyond your core type, your personality is fluid, adapting to circumstances. That's where wings come in. These are the types on either side of yours that can color your core type. And then there are stress and security numbers, which show where your personality goes when you're overwhelmed, stress, or feeling safe and healthy security. It's fascinating how your behavior can change, even looking like another type, depending on your state. The book also introduces the concept of deadly sins for each type. Now, before you wins, Ian explains that these aren't about traditional religious sins as much as they are fixations that prevent the energy of life, God's love, from flowing freely. They're like self-erected blockades that cut us off from our authentic potential. For example, the deadly sin of the 8, the challenger, is lust, but not in the sexual sense. For 8s, it's a lust for intensity. They're high-energy dynamos who want to be where the action is. And if there isn't any, they'll create it. Ian tells a hilarious story about his daughter, Kelly, an 8, at a dinner party, completely shutting down a pompous man who interrupted her younger brother. 8s are incredibly loyal and champions of justice, but their constant need to be strong and their fear of vulnerability means anger is often just below the surface. As Ian puts it, what feels like intimidation to you feels like intimacy to an 8. For them, conflict is connection. Then there are 9s, the peacemaker, whose deadly sin is sloth, but again not physical laziness. For 9s, it's a spiritual sloth, a disconnection from their inner drive and passion that prevents them from fully engaging with their own lives and dreams. They deeply value inner peace and equilibrium, so they avoid conflict at all costs, often merging with others' preferences and overlooking their own. There's a wonderful story about Suzanne's 5-year-old daughter, Joy, a 9, who scheduled a formal meeting with her daycare director, complete with a folder of gold star papers, to negotiate why she shouldn't have to nap. It's a perfect example of a young nine flexing her independence while trying to maintain harmony, even if it meant quietly asserting her will. And me? Well, I'm a four, the romantic, and our deadly sin is envy. Fours often feel like something essential is missing from their makeup, leading to a pervasive sense of being different, out of true or incomplete. We tend to compare ourselves to others, envying their normalcy or perceived wholeness. This often leads force on a lifelong quest to find that missing piece, unfortunately blinding us to the wonderful qualities we already possess. The book nails this feeling, making me feel both exposed and incredibly understood. Now, you might be wondering, how do you even figure out your type? And what if what I read sounds a bit harsh? Great questions. The authors advise against typing yourself based purely on behavior. Instead, focus on the underlying motivation. They also suggest thinking about what you were like around age 20, as your personality type is often clearest than before you've learned to mask it more thoroughly. And don't be afraid to ask close friends, your spouse, or a spiritual director for their opinion. But remember, don't shoot the messenger. If a description makes you feel squeamish because it perfectly captures your inner world, that's a good sign you're onto your number. And about the harsh part, the book deliberately focuses on what's not working in your personality because, as Zen says, we don't know ourselves by what we get right, we know ourselves by what we get wrong. It's not to shame you, but to show you the box you're already in and how to get out of it. So, is the Enneagram some kind of infallible magic bullet? Not at all. The authors are very clear that it's an imprecise model of personality, but a very useful one. It's not the be-all and end-all of Christian spirituality. Instead, it's a tool to help you release old, self-defeating ways of living and open yourself to more interior freedom. The real purpose they emphasize is to reveal your shadow side and offer spiritual counsel on how to open it to the transformative light of grace. Ultimately, this book is a powerful reminder that self-knowledge is crucial for spiritual growth and healthier relationships. When you understand your own core motivations and fears, and when you understand the same in others, it sparks immense compassion. It helps you realize that people's behaviors often stem from their unique singular biography, a particular wound, a fractured vision of life. It stops everything from feeling so personal and helps us extend grace. The beautiful takeaway is that each Enneagram type has a hidden gift that reveals something about God's heart. 1 shows us God's perfection, 2 is his selfless giving, 3 is his glory, 4 is his creativity and pathos, 5 is his omniscience, 6 is his steadfast love and loyalty, 7 is his childlike joy, 8 is his power and intensity, and 9 is his love of peace and desire for union. When we exaggerate these traits, they become distortions, our deadly sins. The journey then is to relax our grip on these distortions and open ourselves to receive the gifts of all types, moving towards integritas or wholeness. Ian shares a profound quote from Thomas Merton: "For me to be a saint means to be myself." This book truly provides a map to find that authentic self, the person God created you to be, not just for your own good but for the good of everyone around you. It's a challenging but deeply rewarding journey, and one that absolutely requires compassion for yourself and others. So, if you're looking to understand yourself, your loved ones, and even the divine a little better, this book is an absolute must-read. You'll finish it feeling understood, hopeful, and ready to walk a path back to your truest self.